A Fox News alert for you. Moments ago, President Trump weighing in on replacing the Navy Secretary, saying he is smart, tough, and respected by all. And although he has decided to move on from his position as Secretary of the Navy, I very much appreciate the job that he has done. Rebecca Grant is the national security and military analyst and vice president of the Lexington Institute and joins us now. Rebecca, welcome to you. What is your takeaway from this, and what does this mean for our current situation?
Well, the good news is that Acting Secretary Hung Kao is a fabulous choice, Naval Academy grad, special ops, career Navy, and he really knows the business. And it comes at a time when we are hearing piracy and propaganda coming out of Iran. But let me tell you, it is the U.S. Navy that holds all the cards in the Strait of Hormuz and really around the globe doing some intercepts of Iranian ships in the Indian Ocean as well.
Which leaves us anticipating what our next move is, Rebecca, based on everything we have heard coming from this administration in recent hours. What do you see happening next?
Well, the latest, of course, is, I think, a good change of the rules of engagement, and that is President Trump enabling Admiral Cooper to tell the ships in the Strait, hey, if you come across these Iranian fast boats and they're making trouble, you can fire on them. So that does two things. That means the blockade is going to continue very strongly, and then it shows us all that, hey, the U.S. Navy can do this day and night. They're the ones that have the control of the Strait, and it's going to increase the pressure on Iran. I really like what I'm seeing.
That's encouraging. Rebecca, I want to play this out for you and get your reaction to retired Rear Admiral Kenneth Braithwaite, the former Secretary of the Navy, on critical geopolitical importance of maritime choke points, saying there's nothing more important than these sea lanes. Listen.
There's nothing more important than controlling the sea lanes. It's where all the commerce flows. Of course, we're seeing that in the Straits with over 20% of the world's oil supply being cut off. Armies win wars, but navies prevent them. And so the effort towards shipbuilding today has to be an all-hands effort.
You know, as many different turns and different directions this war goes in, it all comes back to those critical lanes in all of this, Rebecca.
And take the long view. Control of the Strait of Hormuz is a top geopolitical prize. Our U.S. Navy is able to operate there with our joint forces because of what was done during Operation Epic Fury to take out Iranian Navy, anti-ship cruise missiles, their vessels, submarines, etc. This is also a big message from Trump to China because it's China's oil that flows through that strait. So the U.S. Navy's control of the Strait of Hormuz puts the U.S. in a much better geopolitical position, not only in the Iran negotiations, but with China as well.
Does it come down to just us? Lindsey Graham, in a new X post, is suggesting that he expects that the U.S. blockade, Rebecca, against Iran, quote, could become global soon. So will we see this get bigger?
I think by global, he means that our forces in the Pacific, Admiral Paparo, is enabled now to go after Iranian shadow fleet tankers. We saw those two intercepts done in the Indian Ocean. So we're going to crack down on all of Iran's shadow fleet. And again, another message to China about the sea power that we have. Put that together with air dominance, and that's why the U.S. is a global power.
Because Lindsey Graham added to that post and that message that he seems to be putting out to the world after discussing this with President Trump, to those assisting or thinking about assisting the Iranian regime in distributing its oil, which provides resources for terrorism, you do so at your own peril. Do you think our enemies are getting that message, Rebecca?
Oh, I think Xi Jinping in China is seeing this loud and clear. And I think what the senator's referring to is we don't want to see any more cargoes of chemicals to make missile fuel going into Iran. We don't want to see Iran tapping any Chinese satellite data. We don't want to see China did so much damage by buying Iran's oil. And this crackdown on Iran, on China, is really resetting the chessboard, and I like that a lot.
Always great to get your analysis, Rebecca. Thank you very much for being here. All right, John?
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.